Oh man, alright everybody, let's talk blades, because that's what we're into. Today I have for you guys something a little bit special, especially for me. It's a Kershaw. And as you know, I do like Kershaw. For me though, to be honest with you, Kershaw kind of has a hit and miss with some of their products. Don't ask why, I really don't know. For me, I don't know. A lot of their stuff isn't always what I'm looking for, but a lot of their stuff is necessary. You know, you want utility blades, they're perfect for that. And they make the right size knives. They also do a lot of tool related knives, and I like that. Work friendly knives, I think I'd like to call Kershaw's company. And to tell you the truth, the one I'm carrying on me right now is an old favorite. And this knife is very old. I want to say that it's seen better days, clearly, from what you guys can see. I've actually had this knife for way, way over a decade. It's a very, very old knife. But I didn't carry it too much. I've always carried more of the scarier knives. And as you guys know, this is the Tonto half-serrated Kershaw Blur. One of my favorite knives, and I say this from the company Kershaw. I like how awesome the speed safe is, how fast it deploys. The aluminum handle, I don't care too much for Sandvik steel, but it works. It's kept an edge for a pretty decent amount of time, and it's seen a decent amount of pocket carry, just because it's really convenient. It's not too big, it's not too small, and it's the right kind of EDC. It's kind of like that, I want to say it's the civilian's tactical knife. I want to call it that. I really do really like this knife, but that's not what this video is about. This video is about this here, Kershaw. And it's not just any Kershaw, everybody. This is the Kershaw Lucha. And why I think it's really special is because I'm used to Kershaw making the knives that they make. I am not used to the fact that they make balisongs now. And this is a very new one, and I think it's the only one that I know of through Kershaw's lineup. And if there is anything different, please let me know. I'd like to know. Here it is, the Lucha. And I can't help but to think, every time I say Lucha, I think of like the luchador, you know, like the Hispanic or Mexican kind of wrestling. I had to swing it off camera there. It's 4.5 inches. 154 cm, I believe, unless I am wrong on that steel type. Kai USA. It doesn't say. I like the little maker's mark right there. That looks interesting. But we'll go ahead and get into the specs of this bad boy, because it really is a bad boy. Man, I can't remember what steel it is. I know it's a cheaper steel because this thing came in at 120. So, new Kershaw. It teaches you how to use it, how to open it. I think that's really neat. Oh, man. Okay, it tells you where the bite handle is, the safe handle. Oh, man. Well, anyways, I'm trying to do something special for you guys, so the specs to me right now in this video are not that special, and I'm on a little bit of a time crunch, so I'm trying to do this so that way I can get it all on camera. Forgive me if I got the specs wrong on the blade steel. If you know what it is, please leave it in the comments. This video isn't exactly going to be about the specs of the knife, but I'm just going to do the size and weight of it for you guys, because I'm trying to do something a little bit different for you. Something that I'm actually going to do the very first time of me doing anyways, if that makes any sense. So it's not really a light knife. It comes in at 6 ounces practically, 5.98 ounces. That's a bit heavy. And that's why you see a bunch of holes in this frickin' thing. In the handles. You see that? All the holes. And of course in the tang. 4 big holes. It does reduce the weight a little bit, but it's still a pretty heavy knife. When it comes to balisongs, you want it to be around about less than 5, around about 3 or 4 ounces. At least for me anyways, when it comes to balisongs. So we'll get into the length of it. Just so you guys can... I'm going to move that out of the way. That's just garbage now at this point. I'll go ahead and get into the specs of how long the blade is. Yes, it's almost a 5-inch blade from the pivot, but overall you're looking at a 4 1/4 cutting edge, 4.5 blade before it hits the pivot. It's kind of weird, I know, I'm sorry, forgive me. 10 1/4 altogether inches, and 5.5 inches when closed just from the handle. I can tell you right now, I like this. It runs on ball bearings, so it's super smooth, and for the price of $120, this really isn't that bad when it comes into consideration when you're really trying to start off your balisong collection. I didn't pull the trigger on this particular blade for a specific reason, and that was because I just did not like the look of the handles. Why is that, Blade Anxiety? I'm going to tell you right now, I don't like the look. It just looks way too... I don't know. It does not look appealing to me. The handle scales are just... They're slightly annoying to me. They're just there's way too many holes. Way too many holes, and it drives me nuts. I don't know why. It just does not look great to me. It's really hard to explain. But cool thing is, there's no handle play on this thing. One thing that I can tell you that I don't like right off the bat, other than the holiness of this blade, is this latch. If it was some sort of spring tension, that would be great. But this latch is kind of heavy. It's a little bit of a weight on its own. It doesn't really bother me too much, but it is something that kind of does bother me. There's a little bit of wiggle there, up and down. Of course, side to side, it's all freaking loose. But, you know, whatever. Not that bad. Kershaw, if you guys know the blade steel, leave it in the comment section down below. Give me out a little help. Because today I'm going to do this. I got the Flytanium titanium handle scales. And what I'd like to do in this video, and I think I have the time to do it, hopefully it doesn't take me that much time to do this, I would like to put these handle scales on this here knife. So I'm going to start that off right now. I'll go ahead, I got the tool, I'll go ahead and cut this open. Yeah, this knife's still very sharp. Now I'm going to do one scale at a time. I want to make sure that I get all of this on camera, because I would really, really like to get this done. Because the handle scales on this Kershaw, this original Kershaw, just drives me nuts. You know, what these titanium scales do is it's going to reduce the weight of this knife just by a little bit. You got the Flytanium kind of microfiber cloth, which is really nice. I'm going to try and keep these scales together the best that I can. So that would be this side. This would be this side. And I'm going to do one scale, or one side at a time. Get it all on there for you guys. I don't need to clean anything up. This is brand new out of the box, so I'm pretty excited to get this going. I can't imagine it being too damn hard. So I'm just going to make sure that I don't ding anything up. I'm going to do the easy side first and the hard side later. Or should I flip it? You know what? I'll flip it. I'm going to do the hard side first, because that way at least I'll end it off easy. Video might be a little long, and if it is, I do apologize. If you don't like it, there are other videos I have that are much shorter. Please endure with me. But yeah, I didn't want to purchase this because I've heard a lot of bad backlash on how heavy the knife is. And a heavy balisong isn't always a great balisong. But I can tell you right now, it all really just depends on preference. And if you prefer a heavy knife, because a lot of people do prefer heavy knives, all I can tell you is, well, Whatever floats your boat, man. Whatever floats your boat. Of course. Trying to hold that still so that way I can... Seriously? Alright, well, I can tell that this screw is not going to let me do what I want it to do. So that's never a great thing. That means I'm going to have to use... another tool bit on this. Hold on one moment. Good thing I got my Squid Industries stuff so I can... I mean, I have other tool bits, but it's just going to take me a lot longer to get to. Don't ask me why. I kind of have a little weird setup thing going on. Forgive me on that. So I'm going to probably have to use one of these tool bits in order to keep this one steady. Yeah, this one would probably be good. While I go ahead and take this... Try to take this screw off. Oh yeah, that helps. Big time. Alright, so here goes the first screw. Put that up there, and put that off to the side right there. Poke that out. Or is this the one that I have to kind of unscrew out? Come on. Come on. You can do it. That's a really tight fit. There we go. Alright, and naturally you want to keep your parts together. The ball bearings, I really hope they're caged, and from what I heard that they are. So let's see here. Oh yeah, brand new parts. Alright, so cool thing is there should be smooth sailing from this point on. I'm just going to have to kind of interchange my tools a bit. I'm going to try and keep this in camera the best that I can. So forgive me if I kind of slip off camera a little bit. Alright, so there's one screw on the bottom. Another screw on the bottom. It's a very interesting setup. Very, very, very interesting. Like I said, I'm on a time constraint, so if it seems like I am rushing, I do apologize. Trying not to. Oh no. Oh geez. Come on. You gotta come out at some point. Alright, so here's one pin that goes on the top, and then the 3 screws. Construction. There's the other pin. Seems to be a lot of parts on this thing. Alright, and then there's that pin that goes with that. Alright. Spacer. And this spacer that seems to be not wanting to cooperate worth a damn. Hold on, I'm going to have to pull this off camera just so I can see it better. Well, that's not good. It seems like it doesn't want to come out. It seems like it's just telling me, screw you, dude, literally. Because I'm a screw, get it? Ha ha ha. Yeah, it's not coming out. Looks like I'm going to have to use pliers or something to hold that steady, because it is not... Yeah, it's not doing a damn thing for me. I'm afraid that, like, if I put another screw in here and then hold it, like, I'm afraid of ruining... I don't want to ruin this thing. But it's like... Come on, mate. You're supposed to work with me, eh? 1 second. Hopefully this will work. I really don't want to ruin it because I just got it. So maybe holding that like this will help with a little bit of tension. And it did, surprisingly enough. All right. So there's those. And here's this. Bam. All right, so easy part. Taking these heavy, and they are pretty damn heavy. These are heavy. I'm gonna go ahead and try to reconstruct this bad boy to the best of my ability with a little bit of patience. I should be able to reconstruct this to a T in hopes that it will work. Now everything should fit because Flytanium does some good work. This is my first Flytanium purchase, and I gotta be honest with you, this is the first time I've ever deconstructed a balisong for any custom work of any kind. So with that being said, I am very pleased. Very, oh, that goes up there. Very, very pleased at how this is coming along so far. And I haven't even gotten them fully put together. They just seemed, everything seems to be fitting somewhat good-ish. There we go. And then that latch goes right there. Sorry, I might have come off camera there for a minute. Alright, so far so good. I got those in place, so that means that I'm going to have to use the screws in order to get this thing to be where it needs to be. And in doing so, it would be great to do this right. Alright, so there's the first screw. Now obviously I'm not going to tighten it too much. I want to try and make sure that all the parts are in before I make the final adjustments. I want to make sure all the screws are in there. Looks like I'm going to have to wait on that piece because that one doesn't look like it wants to cooperate. That one was the one that was giving me problems earlier. It's alright. I'll just continue moving forward with it. And so... yeah. Alright. Alright, there goes that. This. Through here. And... this... I'm forgetting a piece. Ah, yes. Yes. All right. Hopefully I got everything, yep. Haha. So far so good. Now I just need to make sure that I put everything on correctly, and that'll be one scale. And then I'll just have to deconstruct the other side. Sorry, I'm trying to keep it all on frame. All right, let's get that tightened up a little. All right, that's on. All right, now it's time to get the smaller screws on there. And then I'll have to tighten that other side that's been giving me problems. Now let's just hope I don't slice my hand open, because I am working with a live blade and I did not cover the blade. When you're doing this, it is best advised that you cover the blade with some sort of masking tape or something. Now I say this because my dumb self didn't do that. I was just too excited to get this thing going. I didn't even think too much of it. Alright. Well, that side seemed to work out just fine. So did that. But what the heck, mate? Why aren't you... Well, that wasn't very smart. Well, you see the problem I did here? This is backwards. I knew it was too good to be true. Alright, let's go ahead and deconstruct it. Again, because I put it on the wrong put it on the wrong side. Oh, geez. Alright. So this one should just come right out. But it's so funny, like I'm trying to push. Oh, there it goes. That was just ridiculous. How did I miss that? All right. There we go. Better. All right. Well, like I said, this is the first time